For animals, sleep is an activity that they must observe daily. Some animals, like bats and owls, rest during the day, while others, like lions and goats, prefer the night. During sleep, most animals adopt the conventional position of just lying down on the bare floor or hanging from trees. Yet, on rare occasions, they assume peculiar poses that might surprise you. In this video, we'll explore a compilation of animals caught sleeping in unusual ways. Number 1. Cat sleeping with face down. Cats usually have a favorite sleeping position, and the most common one is often referred to as the crescent position. In this stance, cats curl up their bodies, allowing them to conserve body heat efficiently, and it also serves as a way to protect their vital chest and abdominal organs. While the crescent position is typical, some cats display a penchant for unconventional sleeping postures, leading to concerned glances from their owners whenever they stumble on them in those moments. In this lighthearted video, a dedicated cat owner delightedly captures her pet's love for falling asleep in a rather comical face-down manner. Although the position might appear somewhat awkward, the cat seems entirely content to indulge in its slumber, with its head burrowed into its small bed, like she is bowing down to prey. The cat owner decided to share this endearing quirk via a dedicated TikTok account created under the name of the cat, Penny. The video has since garnered so many views and has been liked at least 7.5 million times on the video sharing platform. Much of this attention comes from the cat's amusing response to the owner's gentle wake-up call and curious inquiry as to how she breathes comfortably in such an unconventional sleep pose. Caught on camera, the cat raises its head, mustering just enough energy to crack open its eyes, and casts an inquisitive yet sleepy look in the owner's direction. A few seconds later, the cat effortlessly resumes its sleeping position, not wanting to be bothered by her owner. Number 2. Airplane mode cat. Another feline was caught on camera sleeping in a weird position that would surely bring a smile to your face if you stumbled upon it unexpectedly. The comical video, shared by the TikTok user at Yogi_Lilo, features Lilo, the cat sprawled face down on the owner's carpet. Lilo's arms are stretched out on each side, paws turned outward, and ears pointed up. In this position, it seems like the cat has turned what should be a regular nap into an imaginative journey in the skies. This made many of the TikTok users in the comments section to describe the sleeping position as airplane mode. Some others even likened it to that of a frog pose, alongside other catchy comments. To add to the fun, the owner provides a musical backdrop, humming R. Kelly's "I Believe I Can Fly" as he films his pet feline sleeping. Considering that pet cats usually sleep for about 12 to 16 hours each day, it's quite interesting how Lilo feels very comfortable sleeping in such a different way. And if you were wondering whether this only happened once, the owner of the cat wrote in the caption, "Yes, this is my cat Lilo. He loves sleeping like this." The video has already reached over 2.5 million views and over 300K likes, as many TikTok users definitely found it to be very amusing. Number 3. Cat with 5 weird sleeping positions. Unlike Penny and Lilo, who seem to have one preferred sleeping position, some other cats, like Cairo, have a habit of sleeping in different and funny positions during their naps. A video of her cat was posted on TikTok by Heronware, Yareli King, who goes by the TikTok handle Leo Ankiro. What's surprising about the video is that it shows not just one but 5 different ways Kiro sleeps. First, Kiro is seen lying across her paws on her soft, comfy rug bed. Then, the video shows her with her feet touching the wall in a slanted position. The next position is a bit odd, described by Cairo's owner King, as if Cairo jumped from a building and didn't land on his feet. In the 4th position, Kiro is seen resting her head against a wall, using its hard surface as some sort of pillow. Then there's the arm behind the back position, just like a kung fu pose straight out of a martial arts film. Alongside the video, King aptly adds the caption, "He's such a little weirdo." Given Cairo's sleep antics, it's no wonder. This video has already been watched more than 600,000 times online. Sometimes it's the little quirks and odd habits that make our furry friends even more endearing. Number 4. Cat sleeping while standing. It's beginning to feel that, like cats have a whole lot of odd ways to sleep, and when they exhaust it all, they invent new ones. Take this tabby cat, for instance. It has a bunch of favorite sleep positions that it switches between whenever she feels like. One of her top picks in her bag of tricks is snoozing while standing up. In this position, she closes her eyes tightly and seems to not care about anything else other than enjoying her cozy nap. Sometimes she moves her head around now, which often shows her in a stance that looks like she is about to tip over. Interestingly, she even sticks out its tongue, which makes it look adorable as she dreams away. When she's not standing up on the couch, this tabby cat likes to stretch out while lying down. It lifts its head sometimes or buries it in the couch, giving off a sort of strange yoga vibe. In its own special way, this cat brings a whole lot of creativity to its sleep game, and her owner seems to know not to disturb her when she's out cold. Number 5. Mom dog sleeps like a log after exhausting day. Parenting. This video showing a mom dog taking a really deep nap is quite a glaring and familiar example of the exhaustion that parents face after a long day of taking care of their newborns. The dog, looking clearly worn out, is seen on her owner's couch with her legs stretched out. In this position, she looks like an immovable log of wood, with her mouth hanging open to reveal her sharp canines and some part of her tongue. Even though a person was sitting on the couch beside her and making some movement, this tired dog doesn't seem to notice. Surely she wouldn't allow anyone to disturb her very much needed sleep. Meanwhile, her puppies can be seen cuddled on the floor fast asleep and also exhausted from the activities of the day. The video really resonated with TikTok viewers, getting more than 8.5 million views after its upload. Lots of fans also left emotional comments, talking about how they could relate to the situation as humans. One fan said, "Motherhood is exhausting no matter who or what you are," while another fan echoed the same comment saying, "Motherhood seems brutal on all species." Another person said, "I'm tired with just one baby. I can only imagine mom dogs with multiples. Exhausting." While a fourth summed it up perfectly, writing, "Welcome to motherhood." Number 6. Carlos the chicken playing hide and seek. Whenever chickens want to sleep, they find a safe and elevated spot, often on a perch or roosting bar in their coop. Although they often leave their eyes open in this dazed state, Carlos the chicken in this video seems to have thrown the sleeping script away and is now trying out its own style. On first glance, you would think it is just poking around in the grass looking for some worms to eat or maybe some ant or other insects. However, it is actually taking a snooze in this weird position that seems to be a reenactment of the popular hide-and-seek game. Surprisingly, Carlos doesn't even respond to the call of its owner or her tug, as he apparently doesn't want to be bothered. Carlos remains in his stiff position, most likely still deep into his dream state. On the video, Carlos's owner writes, "I think he has a drinking problem," adding a bit of humor to the moments. Even in the comments section, many TikToker also shared funny comments about Carlos' antics, with one writing, "Little man is just trying to get his morning meditation in, and you keep interrupting him." Number 7. Rabbit almost breaks neck while sleeping. If you see a rabbit sleeping, you are most likely going to find them in a crouching position, with their bodies low to the ground, their hind legs tucked under them, and their head resting on the ground. This position allows them to jump up and flee at a moment's notice. Strangely, they also keep their eyes a half open, which is why you might notice a rabbit appearing to be awake even when it's resting. In this video, this fluffy bunny has chosen to catch some Z's on a high table instead of taking to the floor. Also, rather than taking up the usual crouching position, it chooses to lie down flat with half of its little body hanging off the edge, a position that might seem a tad uncomfortable. Clearly, the bunny doesn't seem to mind that it could injure its neck if it continues to sleep in this weird manner, but suddenly, it startles awake, as if it had a not-so-pleasant dream, and quickly rushes to position itself at the center of the table. Without missing a beat, the cute bunny takes on a crouched stance, seemingly more comfortable this time. Those sleepy eyes slowly close again, and it nods off, back to its sweet bunny dreams. Number 8. Duckling falling asleep in its food. This cute duckling has chosen a funny place to take its beauty nap, right on its food. Maybe the food feels comfy, but only the duckling knows why it loves this spot. But one thing is clear, it is really enjoying its nap here. Even when its human owners call out to it to wake up, the duckling only gets up for a little moment, but then goes back to napping in the same spot. It adds a funny twist by wobbling its head before settling down again. During its second nap, it also sleepily pecks at the food continuously, like it's following an instinct. In the wild, a duckling like this would probably sleep while floating on water beside its mother. It would fold its leg close and hide its head under its wing. This way it stays steady on the water and rests. It would also keep one eye open to watch out for predators, as a kind of protection. But this lucky duckling doesn't need to worry about all that. It gets to enjoy being a pet with humans who take care of it and provide all it needs. Number 9. This pig loves its deep sleep. For someone unfamiliar with pigs, this scene might raise eyebrows. Here lies a pig atop what seems to be a metal cage, sleeping so deeply while its peers seem to be awake and up and running. This pig refuses to respond to the calls of its owner, despite how loud he gets. The owner, undeterred, goes ahead to give the pig a vigorous shake and even flips it from side to side, yet the pig refuses to get up. Then comes in the belly rub, which goes from being just a soft one to very rough ones. However, the owner doesn't stop there. He delivers firm taps and thumps to rouse the pig, but to no avail. As a last resort, the desperate owner picks up the pig and slams it gently into the metal floor. He does this repeatedly before the pig finally jolts awake, looking quite startled, and then runs off to meet its peers. Interestingly, this deep sleep is a common trait in pigs, whether in the wild or domesticated. When they find themselves in a secure and cozy environment, their bodies ease into a state of complete relaxation, sometimes rendering them unresponsive to external stimuli, much like the pig showcased in the video. Number 10. Hamster gets comfy in its wheel. Hamsters are super popular pets thanks to their tiny size and adorable ways. They take quick naps throughout the day. They might snooze for around 2 to 3 hours, then wake up for a little bit before dozing off again. When they're sleeping, they often curl up, tucking their noses into their paws while lying down, but some hamsters don't play favorites with their sleeping spots. They'll snooze anywhere, in any position. In this video, things start out normal. The hamster is curled up in its wheel, catching some Z's. But then, it gets interesting. The hamster switches to a half-sleep mode, with one part of its head on the wheel and the other part on the floor. The owner even jokes that the hamster looks like it had a little too much to drink before bedtime. As the video goes on, the hamster tries out different sleeping positions. It goes from looking down to even having its neck bent in a funny way, which needed a nudge from the owner to wake it up. Phew, that hamster really knows how to mix things up during nap time. Number 11. Elephants sleeping while standing. Research has uncovered an interesting sleep habit in wild elephants. They nap for just about 2 hours daily, but these hours of rest aren't continuous. They come in short bursts spread out over a few hours. This is quite different from elephants in captivity, who can snooze for up to 7 hours a night without worrying about predators. Sometimes these big animals lie down, curling up like a ball with their legs sticking out. However, most of the time, they sleep while standing up. Elephants aren't too particular about how they sleep. They can do it on their own, or lean against something like a hill or a sturdy tree, as you can see in the video. Experts think that if elephants stay lying on the ground for too long, the weight of their huge bodies might block proper blood flow to certain areas. Also, getting up from the ground takes a lot of time and effort because of their massive size. This behavior isn't random. In the wild, elephants need to stay alert for any signs of danger from predators. That's why they avoid lying down for too long. Being still on the ground could make them an easy target and slow down their ability to react quickly. So it's best that when they do have to take a nap, they do it standing. Number 12. Sea otters. Weird sleeping patterns. Sea otters stand out among the aquatic creatures that appear as though they are meant to inhabit land permanently. They've gained recognition for their remarkable swimming and diving abilities, capable of staying underwater for up to 6 minutes and plunging to depths of around 300 feet. What's intriguing about them is their unique sleeping behavior. They recline on their backs in a manner resembling drifting corpses. Consider, for instance, the scene depicted in this video, where sea otters demonstrate their very weird sleep routine. If you're curious about how they manage not to drift away, their social structure provides an explanation. Living in groups called rafts, these otters find security in numbers. Rafts can vary in size, from a few individuals to several dozen. In these rafts, sea otters are often known to hold hands in pairs and small groups so that they don't drift away. Furthermore, sea otters employ a clever strategy to anchor themselves in case their hands get unclasped during sleep. They entwine themselves with strands of seaweed that are rooted in the ocean floor. This natural tether aids in keeping them from drifting off, while their fur helps them remain buoyant in water. And in the case of young sea otter pups, which are not yet capable of floating on their own, they snuggle atop their mother's belly as she reclines on her back. Number 13. Walruses sleeping in water. Walruses are big, partly aquatic creatures that inhabit the Arctic. To cope with the chilly conditions, they have a thick layer of fat that acts as insulation. Their long, muscular snouts help them breathe, and they use their tusks to dig for food on the seabed. While they might appear awkward on land, these marine animals transform into graceful swimmers underwater. With their 4 flippers, they can reach speeds of 22 miles per hour, 35 kph. Their efficient circulation systems allow them to remain submerged for over 10 minutes before resurfacing for air. Similar to sea otters, walruses have learned to sleep in water, even though it can be risky. 1.17 $2. While they can lie on their backs to sleep, as seen in this video, they also nap while partly immersed in the water, either standing or propped against companions. To stay in place and prevent drifting, they often latch their tusks onto stable ice floes. Since they have few natural predators, they're not particularly concerned about being attacked while resting. In water, walruses nap for only a few minutes before needing air. Yet, when they're on land, they can engage in deep slumber for up to 19 hours. But don't assume they're sluggish animals. Walruses can also go through active phases, staying awake and swimming continuously for up to 84 hours. Number 14. Sperm whales sleeping vertically. You might have seen pictures and videos online of sperm whales hanging out together in the water, not moving much, and arranged vertically in the water, although at a short distance between themselves. In these moments, these sperm whales are actually taking a nap. These strange sleeping positions were first noticed in 2008 by a group of researchers looking into the calls and behavior of sperm whales during an expedition to the coast of Chile. Further studies have found that these whales spend about 7% of their day sleeping vertically near the water's surface, and in these moments, they only nap for a short period of 10 to 15 minutes. This has led scientists to think that sperm whales might not need as much sleep as other animals. But why do sperm whales sleep vertically? Well, they do this so they can float near the top of the water and stay alert for any dangers. Orcas are the biggest threat to sperm whales, but other types like false killer whales and pilot whales also hunt them. Sperm whales also do something interesting. They hold their breath while sleeping. They can store a lot of air in their big lungs, so they don't need to keep breathing constantly. Number 15. Meerkats falling asleep. Standing up. Meerkats are small animals that live together in underground homes called burrows. These groups are called mobs or gangs and can have up to 40 meerkats living in them. These burrows also have different rooms for sleeping, and some are only used when meerkats are having babies. When meerkats want to take a rest, they gather in piles on top of each other to stay warm. The leader, or matriarch, usually sleeps deepest in the pile to get the most comfortable sleep. The meerkats on the outside don't go into the deep sleep phase, so they can watch for danger, like predators. However, the meerkats in these videos are doing something different from their usual behavior. They're trying to take a nap while standing up. You can see them nodding off and swaying while they stand close together. One of the meerkats even falls from its standing position to a collapsed one and quickly returns to being upright. This happens several times until it finally gives in to the strong urge to sleep by lying on the ground. Number 16. Giraffe sleeping while standing. Looking at this giraffe, you would think it is just standing there motionless, perhaps waiting for something. However, the truth is that it's actually catching a nap while remaining on its feet. Adult giraffes usually snooze while standing, despite already spending all day on their feet foraging for food or running away from predators. As to why they do this, it lets them react swiftly if there's a threat lurking around. You see, lying down would make it tougher for them to escape or fend off attackers, as their long legs can easily get entangled in such a tense moment. So it's best they remain standing, where their height protects them from being beaten on the neck and their legs are free to do some kicking. On occasion, adult giraffes might also nap in a seated position, known as a recumbent posture. They settle down by folding their legs under their bodies with their heads slightly forward or with their necks curved back. Sleeping this way is riskier, so they often only use this approach whenever they are in groups. For younger giraffes, they take on a more swan-like approach to sleeping, tucking their legs beneath them and twisting their necks to rest their heads near their rear. With their mothers to watch over them, they likely don't fret about potential dangers. Number 17. Frigates sleep while flying. The great frigate bird is famous for staying in the air for up to 2 months without landing on land or water. Interestingly, even when they're out over the sea, they can't rest. Unlike most other birds that can float on water, frigate birds get waterlogged and might drown if they touch the water. Scientists have studied how these birds sleep and found out that they sleep while flying, especially when they're far away from land. They don't sleep much during these times, just about 45 minutes each day in short bursts of about 10 seconds, usually at night. On land, they sleep for around 1 minute at a time throughout the day and night, adding up to about 12 hours each day. While they sleep during flight, frigate birds don't switch off completely. They often sleep with only one side of their brain awake, keeping the other side awake. Many animals do this to stay watchful for dangers, but frigate birds don't really have predators in the sky. Scientists think they might stay half awake to avoid crashing into other birds, even though no collisions were seen during the research. Is there any benefit for humans if they could take short naps over longer periods? Some say Leonardo da Vinci only slept for 90 minutes a day, taking short naps of about 15 minutes every 4 hours. Maybe he understood something that frigate birds already knew. Number 18. Sleeping dolphin. Dolphins have a clever way of getting some deep sleep. They lie flat just under the water's surface with their breathing holes above the water. This way, they look like logs floating in the water. In the video, you can see a dolphin doing just that, taking a break to sleep. Its sleepy eyes show that it's really resting. Dolphins need air to breathe, but unlike humans, who do it automatically, dolphins do it on purpose. That's why they choose to sleep with their breathing holes out of the water. so they don't accidentally stop breathing while asleep. Sometimes, young and male dolphins use this sleeping trick, but not dolphin babies and their moms. Baby dolphins have to keep moving to stay safe from danger and warm as they grow a special layer of blubber. Moms do the same to protect their babies. Because of this, their naps are short and mostly taken underwater. Number 19. Sleeping zebras. Zebras have a unique way of sleeping that helps them stay safe from predators. They prefer to sleep while standing up, just like this zebra, who even yawns widely in the process. Whenever they want to sleep, they use a special set of tools in their bodies called a stay apparatus. This includes muscles, tendons, and ligaments that let them lock their joints, especially their knees. When they lock their joints, they don't have to use any muscles to stay upright. They can then relax and fall asleep without worrying about falling down. For zebras, sleeping while standing is more like a short nap than a deep sleep. To get a proper deep sleep, they need to lie down from time to time. However, they only do this in groups so that some of their colleagues can keep watch while they doze deeply. Number 20. Sleeping monkeys. Pet monkeys often snuggle up to sleep, just like humans do. Many owners give them cozy beds to make falling asleep easy and comfortable. Yet monkeys being monkeys, some of them add a touch of entertainment. Look at this monkey as an example. It goes from fast asleep to suddenly wide awake, even flashing a big smile as if it's posing for a photo. Then there's another monkey with its own stylish slumber pose. It chooses a tree branch as its bed, resting its back against it and tilting its head to the side. Lastly, one cheeky monkey decides to nap right next to its human friend. It clings to her side, not budging even when touched. It simply shows how taking a snooze is so deeply welcomed as part of an animal's activity.